Hey gang, Uncle Todd here, along with Sonny, and we're taking a look at episode 2 of this season's Loki. And as we start up with all the chaos, they've trying to find out where General Dox and the hunters went, and they can't seem to find a trace of them, except for Hunter X5, who's somewhere on the sacred timeline at a movie premiere. So Loki and Mobius put on some tuxes and zip in. And after seeing this sequence with Loki in a tux, I have to say, if the Broccoli / Wilson family is listening, and if you're still in control of the James Bond franchise, Tom Hiddleston should be your next James Bond. That's all I'm saying. He's awesome. Anyway, they meet Hunter X5, who goes by the name of Brad Wolfe. He's now a movie star, and he's at the premiere of his movie Zaniac, which is a character from the Thor comics, actor that got possessed by a demon and became a serial killer. Anyhow, Brad runs, and they chase, and Loki, for the first time, I think, in this series, starts using his magic, creating duplicates, taking stuff out of people's hands via telekinesis, that kind of stuff. I mean, he showed some last season, but this season he was showing off more of his traditional Loki powers. And they take him back to the TVA to interrogate. And because he is a hunter, he knows all the tactics, and he's just messing with their heads. The most interesting things were that he tells Loki, stop trying to be a hero. You make everything worse. You were better as a villain. And then to Mobius, he just keeps cracking on the fact that he had another life. And this causes Mobius to hit him. Loki and Mobius go to have some key lime pie at the Automat commissary, because that's the only thing it serves. And through the course of their talking, we learn that Mobius doesn't want to have his previous life shown to him. He thinks he's doing important work at the TVA. It's all he's really known, and he's comfortable there. And Loki asks him, well, what if it was something good? He's like, oh, that'd be terrible. If it was something bad, I could handle it. But if it was something good, I don't want that rattling around in my head. Good point. Anyways, as we slap on over to Obi, who's working to create a device that will help the basically, how the multiverse works is you have all these strands of possibilities, and they go into this kind of a funnel, and it creates the sacred timeline. And there's not just there's not just one universe in the sacred timeline. There's many, but these are the accepted ones that they keep an eye on, and the rest, the branches off, they always prune. And Obi's got a device now he thinks can help the funnel handle all the branches that are coming out. Except he can't get the blast doors open. It is connected to the body print of the creator, i.e. Kang the Conqueror. So, in order to save themselves, because at the rate the branches are going, it is going to blow, and everything in its path is going to go. And so they need to find Kang somehow and use his temporal aura to override and open up the lock so they can do other stuff. Meanwhile, Loki goes back to Brad, and he is being a villain. he locks Mobius out and uses a cube device that can shrink down and crush things, and puts Brad in it and just slowly keeps shrinking it. And Brad's in disbelief. No, you really wouldn't do that. Why not? I'm a villain. You said so. Why are you trying to protect this place that doesn't exist? Because in Brad's mind, the TVA is not non-existent. The sacred timeline is what's real. And Loki counters with, well, that means you're not real either. And shrinks the cube again. Finally, he says, I can tell you where she is. Loki lets him out. Mobius comes in. It was all just a big fake. And says, you're not going to tell us. You're going to take us. So they go to a variant stream, 1982, McDonald's, which you remember last episode, Sylvie showed up at. And they go and they find she's working at McDonald's. And she is the ultimate McDonald's employee. Her name tag is just full of stars. Which is easy when you know everything that's going to happen. Supposedly. Because she has Kang's stone. Or he who shall remain's stone that he controlled the timeline with. So, she and Loki talk. And it becomes sort of a debate on philosophy. Sylvie is of the philosophy of just let everything play out. There is no fixed future anymore because he's dead. And Loki is more of the opinion that things are still set. He saw the future and he wants to prevent all those people from dying. Meanwhile, Mobius, who is enjoying a wonderful McDonald's lunch with an apple pie for dessert. And he keeps noticing how nervous Brad is and how Brad keeps wanting to leave. So he takes him out to Loki and Sylvie and says, he's hiding something. So Sylvie puts her hand on him and basically reads his thoughts. And it turns out General Dox is planning explosives on all the variant timelines and is going to blow them all. So they take Brad back and he's put in custody. The deal where he got to go back to his life on Earth, it's not going to happen. Because he didn't tell him about this. So he didn't tell him everything. And he knew he'd be safe on the sacred timeline. That's the only one they're not attacking. So, they managed to track down General Dox. And with Sylvie coming along, because she wants to save her world, they go and they have a huge battle. And they take out a lot of the devices. And they capture General Dox and prune quite a bit of the hunters too. Only they didn't get them all. And when they returned, thousands of variant timelines are being pruned. They can't do anything about it. This sickens and horrifies everyone. Millions and millions of people dead. And Sylvie is she just comes right out and says it. The problem isn't Kang. It's the TVA. It is rotten, it's corrupt, and it does nothing but cause death and destruction. And then she leaves, hopefully to her own world. And now they're stuck with the fact that they still have to figure out how to get Kang. So they can save the TVA and the machine. I can never remember what it's called. Oh, funny side note. Casey, one of the office workers, he's the only one that has ever read the manual Obi wrote. And when he and Hunter B-15, who I think now is a judge. She's changed outfits. Go to see Obi. He's running around going, "We're all gonna die! We're all gonna die!" And then when Casey finds out this is the guy who wrote the manual, which he's memorized, he asks him for his autograph, and Obi immediately snaps out of his panic and goes, "Oh, certainly." But we end with Sylvie back at the McDonald's, listening to Janis Joplin's Cosmic Blues, I think it's called. Let me look it up on my iTunes. Fat fingers. I got them old cosmic blues again, mama. Like this. Oh no, it's just called Cosmic Blues. The album is called I Got Them Old Cosmic Blues Again, mama. So anyway, really good episode. It feels like it was there just to tie up the loose ends of General Dox before they move on to the big stuff, and that's okay. I don't need to have Dox's storyline stretched out over half the episodes. They only have 4 more, so. But looking forward to the next episode. I think this is where they will meet a Kang variant in the past of, I think it's late early 1900s, somewhere around in there. The time of Edison and Tesla, basically. And a lot of good action. Loved Loki in the tux. There's a scene where when Brad runs, he kind of sighs, unbuttons his jacket, and then starts to run after him because he's a little upset about being made to actually run after this guy. And he has a really cool thing with his powers. He causes 2 of his shadows to grab Brad. The shadows are on the wall, and they just grab him and hold him. It's really cool. Well, I hope you're looking forward to the next episode as much as I am. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.